Well, hello, it's Wednesday, so it must be time for Woolly Hat's Wednesday Whip. Yes, it's Wednesday and I'm here, so welcome everybody. So what have I been up to? Well, I've done a little video which is separate, and I'll post this separately to show you the finished baby blanket that I did yesterday, and it's gone off in the post to the said baby. So I was very pleased with that. So that was granny square blanket, and inspired by the stars and moons granny squares in the latest edition of Inside Crochet by Missing Yarn, Cassie Ward. So really pleased with that, and off it's gone. So what else have I been doing? Well, you might remember I went away and the other weekend I took some easy knitting to do, which was sock knitting. I have now finished said socks, so aren't they lovely? This is self-striping yarn from a lady called the Yarn Badger, which is based in Cumbria. She does some wonderful yarns. I just love the colours. So this is self-striping. I haven't had to change colour or anything like that, but she just puts them together so nicely, and they look really impressive, don't they? She sells the separate thing to do cuffs and heels and toes separately, so that you can do that, but they match there, so that's rather good. So I should be wearing those to keep warm because it's got very cold now. So I was so that was a good tick as a whip that's been languishing in my whip drawer, of which I have several, and I've been looking at some of the other things I've got. So I have found several socks that need a pair. So this is a sock with a nice, I don't know whether you can see, sort of a slip stitch pattern. It's very nice. And this is a nice, I think it's West Yorkshire Spinners. And the reason it's got a little line there is because this is what they call a forgotten heel method. So basically you form a tube, you do one line there and you take that out, put the needles in, and then you do the heel after you've done the whole tube. So I've done one of those and I've got halfway through another, so I really need to finish that off because it's quite a nice pattern. So, and it's nice wool. And then the other one is this one. So this one is a very long sock. This is a toe up sock. So I think, yeah, toe up sock. So you instead of starting from the cuff and going down, you start from the toe and go up. So again, it's a different technique, and I shall be having to find, well, I have got the yarn to do another one of those, so that was that one. And then there's this one, which is tapestry, so what they call tapestry knitting, where you carry things up from the rows below. And this is a Winnick Mum sock pattern, which as you can see I've done one, and it's quite nice, but because it's a slip stitch it does mean it's quite tight, so you do have to put on more stitches. So I hope I've put it on enough, so I hope that fits. But again, lovely wool, and the sock yarn was from my stash, so I don't even know where the yarn came from, which is very naughty of me. So there we go. I also found I've got quite a few balls of sock yarn in my stash. So this is one this is a double knit sock yarn. So normally you would knit with 4-ply, but this is double knit, and it's West Yorkshire Spinners, so it's bound to be good. So it's blue face Leicester plus a bit of nylon, and that's 150 grams because you will need more yarn. So I might have a go at doing that. This is West Yorkshire Spinners one as well, called Candy Stripe. So great for doing socks for Christmas. Dare I mention the C word? And then this one, almost on a Christmas theme. This one's called Poinsettia, and this is from Mothie and the Squid, who's one of my favourite yarn dyers, and it's 75% merino, 25% nylon, and it is quite nice. So this is not self-striping like the Yarn Badger. This is just variegated, and it will come out sort of random. So that I do like that combination. So there you see, I have quite a few things to keep me busy without having to start a new project. And I've also got so this is a pair of socks that I knitted. I knitted these when I went to Costa Rica in 2019, and it was an 11-hour flight, and we had extra waiting time in London because the plane was delayed. So I finished one sock before I'd even got there, and then did the other one while I was there. Anyway, sadly, because they're quite old and I've worn them a lot, they've worn out. So I've done one repair there. I don't know what you can see there. So that's a slightly different yarn. And then I've got another hole here. So I'm going to have to do some, I'll just show you my little fingers poking through. So the hole there. So I'm going to have to do some repairs, which is not the most exciting of things, but it will mean that I'll be able to use this. And this is merino wool again from Mothie and the Squid. And it really is very nice, soft socks. So there's some repair work to do. And I've done some repair work to Mr. W's socks as well this week, because he loves wearing his socks. So there we go. So lots of things for me to get on with. I'm wearing today a nice thick jumper because it's definitely cold and wintry now. So this is a design that was in a Rowan magazine, I think a couple of winters ago, and I did it 2 winters ago. And this is all from my stash actually. I bought this sort of mustard colour for another jumper which I never knitted, and then this orange colour is Rowan felted tweed, which I had some left over, so that will. So it's nice and snuggly, and there's even more snugglier jumpers to come, so to beat away the cold, so it'd be nice to wear those as well as again. So yes, I'm going to have a nice snuggly afternoon with my hand knit socks and my hand knit jumper, and do some snuggly knitting I think this afternoon. The sun is shining, which is quite nice, but when you go out there's a bit of a breeze and the wind chill factor is quite strong. Anyway, I hope you're keeping nice and warm, and I've got lots of things to keep you occupied, and I will see you next week. Don't forget to look at the little video on the blanket, because it's rather good. I like that one. Anyway, see you next week. Bye bye.